So I left the therapist's office one day and realized that I had just talked to him about my two deepest, darkest fears. And I wondered if he knew that those were truly the fears that kept me up at night, or at least juiced my dreams on a regular basis. And then I started to laugh. How typical of me to think that my fears were so well guarded that no one else knew them. As if my fears are somehow different than the other 6 billion fears out there on the planet. The deepest, darkest human fears are generic. They are the ones that we all fear in one way or another, from one wound or another, in one shape or form or another. And they are, am I, are we loved? Indeed, are we lovable? Does my life have meaning? Love and meaning, the two most dear commodities anywhere in the world, that of course do not reside anywhere in the world other than in our own hearts and minds, if at all. That is what is so wonderful about that Eckhart Tolle description that we heard tonight of the difference between the body and the mind, and how our emotions are a response to what is in our mind. Now, let me repeat that for just a moment. About how our emotions are a response to what is in our mind. Because that is so often the opposite of how we normally think about it. But the sense that we are loved, that indeed we are lovable even if there is no one to love us in our life just now, the way we wish to be loved, and the sense that our lives have meaning, or at least could have meaning if right now we can't quite see the meaning. These are attitudes in the mind that actually shape the emotion. Our feeling unloved or being unlovable does not begin outside of us somewhere because of poor parenting by our moms and dads, or because some SOB treated us poorly in a past relationship. Such feelings follow what the mind thinks. It is in our minds where love and meaning reside, in our minds. And that's a wonderful thing, because we have an ability to influence our mind. So let's just create a dramatic little example of this mind-body, emotion-mind relationship for a moment. I invite you to let's start breathing hard, but please don't hyperventilate, which I did when I first tried this. Start breathing really hard as if you were running or exercising with some vigor. Just and what happens when you do that? The heart starts pumping faster. The blood starts rushing. And if we keep doing it, our emotions will start flowing in our blood like little circulatory fireworks. Now let's try slowing down. Take a nice deep breath. Inhaling through our nose and exhaling through our nose, or through our mouth. And let's just try inhaling and exhaling slowly for just a moment and slow ourselves down. What happens there? Our hearts slow down, our blood pressure reduces, our thoughts begin to settle, and the emotions become not only quieter, but more flexible. The mind leads the body. The mind leads the body. The body stimulates the emotions. The emotions in return then circulate and work on the body. Love and meaning are the work of the mind that are often the love and meaning are the work of the mind that we often turn over to the emotions because we externalized them. We have given love and meaning over to other people to adjudicate for us. And that's a big mistake. Love and meaning, which are the two foundations of health and wellness, are right here for us to work on. Are right here, wherever the mind is, for us to hold. Are right here for us to form. Are right here for us to influence and for us to change and for us to enhance and to develop and to grow. So the foundational work of the spiritual life is to take them back from those to whom we've given them. Our spiritual life begins with so concrete and humble a task as the work of the mind to tenderly transplant love and meaning from outside back into their rightful place in the mind. And to keep us humble and spirituality and perspective, we added tonight that David Budbill poem regarding this one, Call Me When You Get It. The point being that this may be the very basic task of our spirituality and the very basic task of the work of the mind, but it is a lifelong one that we will keep coming back to again and again and again and again. So we should not be surprised when we encounter this work that we thought was done years ago, only to find out that there's another layer to peel back and more work to do underneath. Love and meaning, lovability and the meaning of our lives are the work of spirituality and is the work of the mind. Our lives are, in fact, deeply and very broadly meaningful for each one of us. And we are, you and me, wonderfully and preciously lovable. So let us be mindful of these things.